Hey guys, and welcome to another video. In this one, I'm going to be showing you how to set up the vendor operation with TSM. So this will automatically vendor items that don't meet your criterias, and it makes it extremely easy to get rid of junk items. Let's get right into it. Alright, so this may be used, and it's best used when you're farming transmog pieces for an example, and you don't want to keep any of the junk items that are under a certain amount of value, say any items that are under 100 gold that just aren't worth listing up on the auction house, and you want to vendor them right away and do it the most quick way as possible. So I'll show you how to set up the operation and the groups for actually selling transmogs and other items that whatever criteria you set and they don't meet that criteria, and then it will sell that for you. So let's go ahead and do it. You're obviously going to need TSM, and then what you want to do first of all is you need to make a group for the items, and you can't use the base group for this feature. You have to make your own group. So let's just call it vendor, and then what we're going to do now is add all the transmog items that are in our inventory. So these items right here are in our inventory, they're not in a group yet. Let's go ahead, select all the transmog items that are in the inventory, and then what we're going to do is add them all to the group. Now when you're out farming transmogs, you'll farm them, and then what you can actually do is click this button right here and it'll select everything that is in your inventory, so inside of your bags, and then you can add those to the group. This just makes it a lot quicker. You don't have to go through selecting each one. You can simply click this button right here and it'll select it all, add all the items that you've just farmed to the group, and then you'll be able to vendor them easily. Now I'll show you how to set up the operation for vendoring with that group. So you can use the default one and play around with it. Let's just start a new one, and let's call it vendor under 100 gold. So anything under 100 gold we're going to be vendoring, and let's go down and change what we need to change. So right here, the first thing that we need to change under selling is the minimum min number of expires. So we want to have that to 0, because the items, we haven't even had them up in the auction house yet, so we don't want them to need 20 expires, because none of the items will actually have expired because we've never listed them basically. And then what you want to do next is move down here. Now market value is fine, you can use the market value as DB market, and then this is the value right here. So if we're going to do anything under 100 gold, we'll just set that to 100 gold. Now this is the destroy value. I like to just set it the same as the vendor max price, and now just like that we've got it all set up. You want to make sure enable selling is yes, and then what you want to do now is head down to the bottom where it says group management, and you obviously want to connect this new operation we just made to the group that we made before, and just like that this operation is now connected to the group that we've just created. Now what you will be able to do is go to any vendor in the game. So we'll just use our mount for an example, and then it's got 4 tabs. It has buy, sell, buy back, and groups. To use this feature, you want to head to groups. You want to select the group that you have just made that you want to vendor the items from, and then you simply click on sell groups. And what this will do, as you can see in the inventory, this will go through all the items that are in that group, and it will sell all the ones that are under 100 gold in value. So as you can see, this one's worth 11 gold, 9 gold, 77 gold, 31 gold, and all the items that are left are all over 100 gold. So this way you can go through, you can basically filter out all the junk items that aren't worth listing on the auction house, and you can have a full inventory of items, and it'll go through all of them and it'll sell them super quickly, way quicker than you could like go through and hand pick the ones you want to vendor. And this will just make farming transmogs especially extremely easy to actually filter out the items that you want. Now you can obviously play around with this number. Say for example you really don't like posting up on the auction house, you can come back in here and you can change this to say you only want items that are worth over 1,000 gold each. You could do that. You can change this both to 1,000, and just like that, anything that isn't over 1,000 will get vendored when you do it. You obviously, another thing, you definitely don't want to click yes on sell soulbound items, just in case you have some of your good gear in your bags. It will actually vendor them, so you want to make sure this stays on no, this part right here where it says sell soulbound items. But you can play around with the numbers on whatever price you actually want to keep, and just like that you'll be able to vendor junk items way easier and a lot quicker with TSM. Now, if you would like to learn more about actually farming transmogs and where to farm them, what's the best ones, you can find that all inside of my gold making guide. This will be the first link down below in the description box, and I'd just like to say a huge thank you to everyone that has bought it so far, and all the kind and positive feedback everyone has been giving about the guide. But that is it for today's video. Just a quick video teaching you how to set up the vendoring operations for TSM. We're going to bring a few more videos out. I'll bring out one that will teach you how to do the mailing operation also. It's very similar to this, and it'll basically anything that is worth is worth keeping, you can set it up to actually to mail them straight over to, say, your bank character or wherever you store all your transmogs, and it makes it a lot quicker. But anyways guys, if you enjoyed this short tutorial on how to set up the vendoring operations for TSM, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel for more videos.